something new. I have this little remote control thing that listens to my voice and moves around, and it ain't doing nothing. Y'all, I am so happy. Tell me if you see me. Talk to me, Debbie. Talk to me. Let me see what's going on. I don't see anything. I'm getting my receipts for for what I spent this week. I'm finna mess with y'all good. Let's see. I should have one more receipt. Yup. I am on the ball. Is anybody here? Talk to me. I actually think I want this up higher. How can I get this higher? Oh, Becky's here. Becky says good morning. Talk to me. Can you see me? I'm going to grab this. I want to bring this up. 1 second. Let me get a book or something. Oh, that's a little better. Okay. How's the lighting? Oh, that's much better. That's much better. I put it on the box that it came out of. Okay, let's see who we have. All right. Okay, Becky says she see me. Is this T, Money T? Is this Money T on the line? Oh my goodness. If this Money T, y'all don't understand. It is almost 7 o'clock over here. That means Money T is up. Yes, yes. I'm loving y'all. This is some sacrifice. First of all, I got to learn how to not be from Georgia and talk so loud. So I'm going to bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. So we're actually, yeah, that's Money T. Oh my God, y'all, having Money T, I've been here less than 2 years. I probably haven't known her 7, maybe 9 months, and she is my road dog, and we don't go nowhere together. But if I needed her, she'd be there for me, and she's been there for me. Yes. Don't deny who you are. Yeah, country butt kid in the house. Now ask me why I got all this Falcon gear. I miss home. I've been having a moment. So December, I'm there. Whatever that game is in December, I'm there. I gotta go. I gotta go. So I'll update y'all later. Okay, so we got Becky, and we have Debbie, Money T. Okay, so we're gonna get started. Let's give the people, I hope y'all home relaxing. Look, I have my receipts. I'm not playing with y'all. When I tell y'all I'm gonna do what I say, I'm gonna do it. Okay. And somebody take out a calculator because I can't do my calculator and my, oh, I forgot I got my work phone here. Let's see. I can add up my stuff because I don't want y'all talking about me. Don't deny who you are. That's right. I hope you guys had a fabulous day. What I really don't like is that one curtain showing, looking like I only have one curtain. But oh well. Let me move this around just a teeny bit. That's why I like having family, because y'all really could care less. Oh, this is the best we're going to do today. All right. Let's see. 26. I'm so excited. Okay. Let's see here. Let me add up my stuff because I want to show y'all I can do it. I can do it. Okay. I am doing it. Oh yeah, can't wait. Okay, I did it. All right, let's get started now. The lighting is good. Oh, hmm. Something's going on with my lighting. Oh, I know. 1 second. I need my center light. Okay. Now we're cooking. Y'all see that light now? Oh, so much. To me, this is so much better. So much better. Okay. It's the best we can do today. The best we can do today. All right. What money teacher might go? I don't know what that means. Go. Oh, Niners. Ain't nobody thinking about 49ers. Ain't nobody thinking about, I am not converted yet. I am still a Falcons girl. So, boo, boo, boo. Now, my house is echoing like a mug because I'm upstairs and it is echoing so bad. And it's like I can hear myself. Anyway, good morning, good morning. If you just entered the chat, please, please. Last week I was kind of out here by myself because I had to switch some things around. But what I want you guys to know is I love y'all, and we are committing to the 10 o'clock hour. I straightened all that out. We're committed to the 10 o'clock hour. So we got Becky and Ferguson. See if you can get my Valerie and my Jill. Um, I might have threw them off a little bit. So see if you can get those two for me. When I tell you, I look forward to this. And a girl on TikTok she was like doing a little motivational, and I was in tears in this house because what the Lord had told me about what I was supposed to be doing in my life at this time, I have not been 100% um, oh, obedient. And so when she said it, when I say exact words, it was almost, we know we hear from God. I don't even have no hair, y'all, because I'm bald. But it made me feel like the hair was sticking on my, it was a lot. It was a lot. So I'm in line. 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 Yeah, I am in line. So let me put this on do not disturb, and um so I can stop getting these pop-ups. All right, we're ready to go. Okay, Debbie said she says okay. So you guys, when I say I felt this big, because it was verbatim, she said that the women were waiting and that he had given me all everything that I need and I was equipped to do it. And she said it would be the things that was my passion. And when I tell you, this is my passion, this is naturally what I love. And I'm just, my podcast is probably about 7 months behind because of me. The book is probably 2 years behind because of me. And I just need to do these next things. And I'm talking to you guys before everyone get on because I can take all this part out because y'all are my faithful. Y'all are my prayer warriors. Y'all are godly. Y'all know my vulnerabilities, and I can trust you with my heart. I believe that procrastination is the fear of that rejection, of being rejected by people, my childhood. All of that stuff has haunted me. And I'm 54 now, and this I believe will be my breakthrough. Just being on YouTube and 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 TikTok, being out there is a lot for me because I just am a person that I don't really like people in my business, and this is like really in my business, and I have to share it. And because I love you guys, of course, I'm sharing it, but it's vulnerable. And every now and then I get some people coming at me, and I just kind of laugh like, "Whoo, she took that personally." Yeah, TikTok can be real. Yeah, TikTok is a way different beast. But anyway, so pray for me. And I'm glad we got this little time. We're gonna give them about 30 more seconds, and we're gonna get started because I respect your time, and we're gonna do what I said. We're gonna do our 15-minute recap, and then those that have to leave will go for 15 more minutes when we start talking about budgeting. But this is the prayer, and if you have paper and pen, please write this down. Pray that I walk in the fullness of the manifestation that God has called on my life, that I do not walk in fear, doubt, and unbelief, and that I am his child. And what he said he would do it. But my fear is that I'm missing out on an opportunity to bless so many people by what he's given me. And people might think it's prideful, but I have so many insecurities. But I do it because I know this is what I should do, and I come across as an extrovert. But in my heart, if I could just be at home by myself, that is really resonate with this new job that I have, because I have the opportunity to be at home a lot. But I just have to step out on faith. So focusing on your prayer is that I'm obedient, that I don't walk in fear, that I let the light that God has given me shine, and I bless the people that he has sent me to bless and love and nurture and encourage and motivate and take care of my physical health, because I was broke down for about 2 weeks, and to just wasa, live the California life, because they give less than two darns about anything. I mean, chill, chill, chill. No masta. That is what it is. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my heart with you guys. Loving you much, loving you much, and allow love to come into my life and not be guarded. So I just threw that in there as well. Anyway, good morning, good morning, good morning. And we are 13 minutes in only because I just wanted to love on y'all, and I needed to share some things. I don't know where my girl India is. She must be busy because she's always on here. So I see 4 people. Let me know who the 4th person is. And what encourages me before we get started is when I see you guys commenting, because I can't hear you, I can't see you. It encourages me when you guys do that. So if you can, do that for me. And the sun is coming up. I'm going to step over here and, okay, open that up a little bit so when the sun comes in. All right. Now you see, we live in California. You see how close that house is? See, that's what I'm talking about. If I was in Georgia, I could cuss up 10 sailors and nobody would hear. But I have to maintain my decorum here, over here in California, sunny California. All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. Here we go. Week 2, and we're getting started. Good morning. Thank you for being here. The East Coasters and the West Coasters are in the house, and we've already had a little battle. These people are getting on me about my Falcon gear, and I know I should be celebrating the 49ers, but my heart is still a Georgia peach, and I miss my Falcons. And I said, let me just represent. See, represent. And in December, I will be at the games. I think it's the Bengals. Well, I don't know all that stuff. But anyway, I'm gonna get my fix, and I'm gonna get away from missing Georgia on my mind. Now, top of the hour, and what are we talking about? Weekly spending allowance recap, week 2. What did you guys do? Put it in there. Oh, okay. I hear you. Now the 49ers want to say, oh, I like the Falcons too. Yeah, after you talking about go 49ers, win 49ers. I see you. I see you. That's okay. You can love too. You can love too. Now, I want y'all to know that I didn't have any intentions of my tights being seen and they're not matching. Normally, I have on black tights, but today it's just like whatever, whatever. I'm just so glad to be on here. Now, put it in the chat. What did y'all do? Did you make your 25 or your $45 spending allowance? Did you make it? Did you make it? That's all I want to know. Yes or no. Did you make it? Yes or no. And it's no shame. This is no judgment. This is week 2. We're still practicing. But one of my girlfriends is in her sorority meeting today, but I'm going to give her praise report. She called me. This is so funny, you guys. She called me and said, look, I almost made it. I almost made it. Now, about 6 hours prior to that, she was on TikTok bragging about, oh yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing it good. And then she called me. I was in the Dollar Tree and she called, she was like, girl. And I wish I could really explain how she said it. She was so funny. She was like, girl, you're not going to believe this. She was in like a Marshalls or something. She said, I just fell all off the wagon. I mean, all off down the street, round the corner. When I say she fell off, she said, I got into the Christmas shopping spirit. And those Ralph Lauren shirts were $10 and this and that. And she said, I fell all the way off. But the way she said it and her laughing was so funny. Oh, okay, Money T, that's okay. Money T say, I just went over by $20. If you said 25 or 45 and you only went over $20 and we're in week 2, you're still getting the feel of it. Just think, if you was not on this, you would probably have spent $100 or $200 over. This is what we call mindfulness. You're going to be mindful of your spending. So that is a good report, because you know for a fact if you was not on this, you would have been spending. So back to my girl. She doesn't know that I'm struggling, because 10 minutes before she called me about her little conundrum, I had about 12 things. Now, you know, the Dollar Tree is 125. And I started saying this before seconds before she called. I had said, hey, you don't need that. You bought groceries. You've already had your spending allowance for groceries, and put it back, put it back. But I was fiending for something. And I'm going to tell you about what those things were. And by the time she called, I only had, I think it's 3 items. Yeah, I got down to 3 items. And I was excited about that. So I caught myself. She went into her little spin, but I reassured her and I said, well, look, at least you bought things for your children and your family, and really not for yourself, because she's always, you know, doing for her kids, but she's getting better because now she's planning at least for and those bargains that she was saying was kind of hard to, you know, to pass up. All of that was fast food. Okay, we gonna get into it, Money T. See, y'all need to be transparent. Money T is Bill still transparent. Oh, okay. Debbie say, I'm still holding. That's good. That's good, Debbie. So, Debbie, are you 45 or 25? I know most of y'all 45, because 25, that's when I was doing I was, how they say, shown enough. I was shown enough into doing what I was supposed to do. I was getting it down. 16 months, 124K. I was in beast mode, but that is still wonderful, Debbie. Wonderful. Still holding. That's great. So today actually is Saturday, and I have some work to do, because after that lady kind of prophesied and reminded me of what God had put in my life, I'm back on track. I have someone working with me with my podcast, and they gave me an assignment about 2 weeks ago, and I've dropped the ball, so I'm going to work on that and get that to them. All right, Debbie said 45. Oh, Becky, you went over. Okay, how much did you go over? That's fine. You went over. This is still bringing us back to where we're supposed to be, getting some of those practices, those learned behaviors, to kind of eradicate those. But today I want to dig a little deeper, and I don't, if you want to not participate, I want you to put, you know, pause or whatever. Oh, you went over 32. Okay, that's fine. Now, the reason why I want to go a little deeper is because we need to deal with why we're doing this overspending. what is going on with us emotionally, psychologically, um, that is setting us up where we can't stay focused on what we said. It's different when you have an emergency. So if someone would have said, um, I had made my lunch and I forgot, and so I had to spend this money. Okay, because you have to eat. Or something happened to your car, your house, you had an emergency. That is what this whole process is to get us back to thinking about what we do. So I have to give you this blessing. I'm going to tell you what I have come up with. And I think this is an epiphany. It's something I used to do and I haven't shared. I can't believe I forgot to share this, of to keep myself in line. But before that, I'm going to tell you, I was able to get 1,000 of subscribers on TikTok. And immediately that button was there for me to go live. And that was on Monday. Well, yesterday, I told you I wasn't feeling good. So yesterday, what I did was I was gonna give them a thank you, do a video, but I just didn't have the energy. I still was a little, and my day was off, so I could kind of hum. And then I just said, you know what? I'm just gonna hit this button. I'm gonna start talking. I end up having about 30, 40 people on there. It was only 35 minutes, but I was so natural in what I talked about that I remember the thing that I'm going to share with you. And I hope it blesses you. And sometimes we have to remember where the core of our issues are. Shakespeare says, to thine own self be true. What is going on with us at the time of the spending? So some of us are emotional eaters, and I've realized how much of an emotional eater now that I spend a little bit more time home due to my work situation. And I have upstairs and downstairs, and I catch myself just going up and down, up and down. Now, when I was on my intermittent fasting, I was on a 16 to 8 hours, 16 no food, 8 hours eating. And I would say to myself, and this is important, I'm using the food as an analogy for other things. I would eat between 12 p.m. to 7, no later than 8 p.m. All right, that was my eating window. So at 5 minutes to 12, I would say, Adrian, are you hungry? I would say it out loud. And I would say no. And so I would wait 30 more minutes, do whatever work, whatever I was doing. At 12:30, Adrian, are you hungry? Nope, still not hungry. About 12:50, Adrian, are you hungry? Nope. But now I know you better eat because your eating window is going to go out. So what I would do was get me some more water and maybe a piece of fruit. Around 2 o'clock, I would be hungry, and that's when the food is good. And so I would say the hungriness or the desire to eat would come, and then I would eat. So I would not let my mind and my emotions tell me when to eat. I would honestly let my body. And when I did that for a year, I got the 30 pounds off. Needless to say, January, my work situation changed and I'm thickums again. Whoa. So, controlling my eating is just like controlling your spending. Let me tell you how I would do that. When I was on my debt-free journey, consumer debt-free, back in January of 2020, if I would think about spending, this is what I would say to myself. Do you need that? Say it out loud. What are you going to do with it? Does it go with anything? Thirdly, do you have the money for this? When you go through those three things, do you need this? Notice that word, need. Do you need this? Danger, Will Robinson. Lost in Space. All y'all of the age group, y'all should know that. Then What are you going to do with it? How is it going to function in your life? So say you had a suit and it's blue, but you have three other blue suits. There's no reason for that. Or you bought a shirt and you have a blue, a black, and a gray, and maybe a brown suit. But whatever you bought was not going to go with anything. That's what I'm saying. And do you have the money? But just like my girlfriend said, she she felt like she needed it for family for Christmas. But do you have the money for it? And technically, it was a no because she didn't allocate a budget for those items. She didn't have a Christmas savings or money set aside for that. That was a part of her weekly spending, and she went over pretty dramatically because now she got into the spending mode because she physically was in the store. So, do you understand that concept? Let me know. You say out loud, do you need this? And you say it out loud where you are. Do I need this? What am I going to do with this? What purpose does this serve? And the last thing is, do I have the money? Do I have the money? Can I afford this? If you can stand yourself up in the store and talk to yourself or outside the store and do all of that, maybe you need to unplug these ears because now when you say it and you hear it, it gets real down in your inner being and it makes you think. And you should run, you should flee, you should get away from that. It's just like a drug. If that crack cocaine was sitting on the table and you were getting ready to light it, I guess that's what they do, light it with the pipe and all that stuff. You have to talk to yourself and you say, this is not good for me. And you have to run, get out of the crack house, get out of the room, get out of wherever the situation. Alcohol, tobacco, any other substance that has control over you. And this spending is a substance out of control. Okay? That's simple as that. The eating, I gave you an example, all of us. For me, it's not sweets. It's salty, dippity, chippity type things. Give me some chips and salsa, some guacamole, some queso, and I know I really don't do queso because it's considered cheese, but I might break down every now and then, and it tear my stomach up. But that's what I'm saying. Even when it hurts us, we still do it. So you spent this money and that's going to put you in another situation because maybe that was light bill, maybe that was water bill. And some of you are like, oh, I just had some little extra money. But it's not about that. It's about you saying and doing what you say you're going to do, being a woman or man of your word. When you say, I'm only going to spend $45, why do you not have that self-control? There's my third grade math teacher, fifth grade math teacher, Miss Williams. The use of self-control is like brakes on a train. It is useful when you find yourself going in the wrong direction. Now, when you're in the fifth grade, that paragraph is like this, and she would make you write it like 25 times and have it for the next day. You know you want to be outside running and playing and jumping and watching TV or doing something. Me, because I used to talk in the class, I used to always have to write that. So why do you think at 54 I still remember that? I'm going to say it to you again. The use of self-control is like brakes on a train. It is useful when you find yourself going in the wrong direction. And that is actually a quote that someone else wrote, and she just would make us all the time. What she used to do is to redirect us to say, get yourself back in line, control you, get one within yourself. The talking, I know y'all think that's crazy, but you gotta talk to yourself. Shorty King, welcome, welcome. You have to talk to yourself. If you don't say it, do I need this? What am I gonna do with it? How is this gonna affect me if I spend this? And do I have the money to spend this? Those are the three things you say. Now I'm gonna make you really laugh. Before I started my debt-free journey, great, Debbie says that's really good. And I know it sounds crazy, but many of us are been in mental health. So we know the different mantras that we have to do with our patients to help them with whatever their suicidal thoughts, um, or thoughts of needing to get substance use. So you have to do that on yourself. Remember, when the AA person, they call their sponsor. Well, my friend called me to tell me what she did, but she called me after. My other girlfriend a week before, she said, I called you and you didn't answer the phone, as if it was my fault. I was at work still, and I actually was with, like working at my job. I can answer the phone, but I was really busy and I saw it. And I called her back like an hour later. She said, It's your fault. I was in Nordstrom, and it became we call that displacement transference. And she talked about, oh, but I really needed these pants and blase, blase. So I let her go on and on. But she's my friend that I love so much because she's a justifier. And I almost caught myself. I'm glad I didn't use my expletives. She's a justifier. Now, what is a justifier? A person that will justify to the millionth degree. You can say it's raining outside, and she'll say, "Oh, the sun is shining." The weatherman said, like she will justify. Oh, but it's okay. It's not really raining that hard. I can just go. I mean, justify that spending to the tenth. And I just laughed. I said, "That's how them New Yorkers roll." No offense to New York. She just happened to be from New York. But I just would laugh. So she said, and da, 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 and da, da. But at the end of the day, we really talked about it. It was some items that they needed. And sometimes in life, you just have to call yourself on it. Talking to myself or to try and justify overspending. This is really helpful information. Money T, I'm telling you. And the reason why I like talking to you guys as a group is because Debbie just said something resonated with her. Money T just said something resonated. Becky said something resonated. It it's real. And the enemy, that I call it that spending demon, it start talking to you. Oh, that will really look good. So let me tell you this last scenario because I'm trying to be as transparent. I almost fell off the wagon yesterday, I'm telling you. But I got over the corner and Dollar Tree was so crowded. Oh, and I had to find a corner for me to talk loud, because you got to hear it. You got to say it to yourself. You got to put some, Adrian, do you need this? You don't need this. You already had your spending allowance. Like you have to get in there with the get down because you fighting yourself and those bills are just adding up, adding up. Your interest rate is adding up, adding up. And I'm trying to help you to run. Now, honestly, I don't have to do all this, but I'm trying to stick with you guys so I can be accountable. So I got over in that corner and I put those things back. In seconds after I made a decision to do right, I'm glad I am trying to be the leader and example because then when the girl called, she said she had went to Marshalls or Ross and went over the mountain and spending. I was like, ooh, I didn't have to say, girl, me too. That would have been my testimony. And what example would I have been? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Is hi, what is your favorite place? Oh, I have no idea what is my favorite place. Um, explain that question. But you understand where I'm coming from. We have to be together. We have to understand our triggers. Now, let me give you this last example, and then I'm gonna go into what I'm really talking about of how to help you to get through this spending. Before I was doing my debt free thing, I was impulsively spending, and that's what we call. Let's call a spade a spade. It's called impulse spending. That means, like our girl that hadn't got on, I wish she was on. She talks about going to the Walmart with her grandkids, and they act like it's Christmas in July, and they're just asking for things, and she's just buying it for them. And we talked to her 2 weeks ago about it, and she said she would leave them home, and that's been working. Just leave them home when she's going in there to grab something, or find that avenue that that you can't have that extra. What I want you to realize is I went into the store. I would put suits and dresses and all kinds of stuff. And if you go into Marshalls, TJ Maxx, they have like like a rolling line when you go in to pay. And so I have all this stuff in a buggy, and I'm talking to myself. Now you're sweating. Let me give you the the avenues that I know that I'm out of line. I get a little sweaty, and I'm not a sweater. I get perspiration under my arms, okay, up under my breast area, and at the between like my area here, okay. That's when I know. And then my brow, when I had brows, I could feel it, right? That's when you know that you're in a stressful situation. We call that fight or flight, okay? And you're warring with yourself, and you're trying to make the decision of should you do what you do, okay? And I'm in the line. Because the line is so slow, God is giving you an out. I just say, oh, excuse me, ma'am, and I back up, and I go down the aisle, and I know this is wrong, but this is what you have to do. I just push that button, and I run to the door. Not run like really run, but I go really, really fast to the front door. And when I get outside, I go like this. Oh, thank you, Jesus. As if somebody was running after me. Now, I know y'all think that sounds crazy, but my credit card is intact. My cash is intact, and I made it through. Now, that lady is probably cussing me out, or that man, when they got to put all that SHIT back up. But I survived. I survived. I survived. And I would do this over and over until I realized just don't go in there. All right? Don't tempt yourself. Don't do it. Now, for those of you that are online shopaholics, online shoppers, get it together. Get it together. Let me tell you, when you put something in that cart, um, internet will remind you. Did you forget? Did you forget? Did you forget? It is their job, that search engine, to remind you, hey, hey, hey. Or 2 weeks later, it'll say it's on sale. When I tell you, you have to have some self-control. Now, I've given you all the things that I do. I have filleted myself open like a fish and told you my issues and how I survive. I told you about when I eat, I have to say that. When I come off my intermittent fasting, I talk to myself, because when you say it out loud, you're using audible, and you're exerting that talking because you have to think about it. And then when you say it out loud, you have to hear it. That's another sense. So you're using two senses plus your visual. You're sitting there, you're looking at that food, you're looking at those clothes. And when I was in there, I would buy a pair of shoes. It wasn't enough to just have them in red. I had to have them in brown or black. Like, what is up? You got one pair of feet. You can only put one shoe on at a time, pair of shoes on a time. And by the time you wear those out, it's probably another out of season, and it don't even the thing no more, because it could be trendy. Please give me something in the chat that you guys can relate to those scenarios. That's what happens. So for those that just came on the call, these are the things that you do when you're getting in a spending frenzy and you're feeling out of control. You say, do I need this? Okay. Why? What are you going to do with it? How is this going to add to you? Do you have something to wear it with? Is it something that you truly need? And third, do you have the money, the resources to purchase it? And if you don't, what is your family going to suffer? How about that 28% credit card that if you spend $50, you could pay extra towards that minimum purchase of $50 that you already, now you have $100. But if you go and spend that $50, then you don't have that to add to that bill for the debt reduction. Always put a goal attached to what you do. We call that why. Why? Why? Why are you spending? Why are you even in this store? Why do you think you have the freedom to spend when you owe Tom, Dick, and Harry, and they about to beat the door down, coming to get their stuff? They want their money. Or ring, ring, ring. Ma'am, we didn't get a payment. Ma'am, we didn't get a payment. When can you pay? You know how you get You get itchy. You start rocking. You get nervous. You're hollering at your kids, your husband, at work. You're snappy because these bills have you like, oh, oh, oh. You have no way of getting out and you feel so stressed. That is what's happening when your bills and you are so out of control. And you also get diarrhea. Your stomach, your abdominal area is toe up from the flow up. Okay? Anxiety, you're rocking, you can't sleep. Tell me I'm not hitting the nail on the head. And then you go to that refrigerator, you start eating. That's your solution. You start eating. Instead of getting up, going, walking, talking through it, looking at the sun, walking, getting out of the store. This is what we're talking about. There's my girl, Jill. Jill, you got to go back and get that first part. Girl, we've been having a ball here. So I like what Money T says. Money T says, I avoid going to the stores that I don't need anything from. That's true. Oh my goodness. Becky just confirmed what I said in those early warning signals. My stomach gets butterflies. Yes. Because that is the anxiety to say something is wrong. It's like God put this system in our body. We're made up of this. We know right. You know that scripture, to him that knoweth to do good and doeth not, to him it is sin. We know we should not overeat, not because we're spending extra money on groceries, but it's probably not good for our health wise. And a lot of us at our age are getting GERD. That's that reflux, you know, that menopause. You get that a little bit more. You don't tolerate the spicy. The lactose stuff is really kicking in. And if you start eating those seedy things, it's a lot of things that your body do that's different. So less eating, don't eat and go to sleep. Oh, that GERD. Or you lay back when you're eating lunch and you like lay on the couch. No, you got to sit up, like all these things. And I know I'm talking medical to you, but these are reflections of things that actually are real. And Becky just confirmed it. When I was saying my stomach would get toe up and have that diarrhea, that's the same, that butterfly, that's that nervous stomach. Some of us get nauseated too, okay? Yes, yes, yes. Good morning. Yes, Jill. So you guys get what I'm saying? But let's laugh at ourselves now because we always been there, done it. Sometimes I get in here and I go in hard and I think people think I'm being, no, I'm talking facts. But to thine own self be true. Come up with your escape plan. Y'all remember that panic room with Jodie Foster? You have to have an escape plan. Emergency preparedness plan at your job. You should have one at your house. Tell your kids when they need to stop, drop, and roll. Everybody need to have a plan. And I'm talking about, he said he will provide a way of escape. Now, I'm your provider today. I'm giving you gems. I'm dropping gems. You got to figure out what are these things that you need to do to stop, drop, and roll, because it is a fire. The roof is on fire. Now, I can't say the rest of it, but you get what I'm saying. When things are happening and you know you shouldn't spend that money. See, people say, oh, she just so overboard. People love to tell me I'm so overboard, but I'm overboard, consumer debt free overboard, because you got to do what you have to do and give less than 2%, no cuss word, Adrian, about somebody else. You got to look out for you. And I'm trying to say, Becky, stop, no, danger. This is what we have to do. Now, I hope that was good and silly and graphic. And the next time you want to go somewhere and spend 32 more extra dollars, you're going to see me doing this. No, stop. Debt-free living, whatever you have to do. I don't care how silly I look. I love you guys. And I want y'all to win. Put in the chat. I'm a winner. That means that you have decided that you have your little methods of what you're going to do. You're going to run out of that store. You're going to not get online. You're going to do whatever you got to do. Yes, Becky. I know you see, you're going to be like, oh, here go Adrian. Like when my girlfriend called me, she knew she wasn't supposed to be at Nordstrom, but she called me and I happened to be on the other line talking and she said it was my fault. So she transferred that spending over on me or she displaced it on me. I'm a winner. Okay, Becky's a winner. Debbie's a winner. That's right. We're winning at this game because we're coming together. You see how all of us are thinking and coming up with action plans together. You know, my big thing is I do project management all day. I love to fix things. I just can't fix me, but I can fix everything and everybody else. Okay, yeah. But we try to fix things together. And when you laugh about me being silly, yes, Jill is a winner. Where's my Valerie? Oh, I know. She told me she had a previous yes, she told me. But when I say this, it resonates with everybody because I want y'all to know as women, as men, no matter what we identify ourselves as, at the end of the day, we all have issues with spending. Say it loud. You have an issue. And that's what they do at Alcoholics Anonymous. My name is Adrian, and I have addicted to, mine is potato chips. I mean, real addiction. Sweet, salty, and dip and chip. That's it. So you have to identify first. Identify. That's what people mess up. They want to pretend. They just want to pretend. Money T say she's a winner as well. We're all winners. It's 7 people on this chat. It's only 4 people that are winners. That means that you're not interested in getting this together. Come on, come on, come on. Let's hear from you. Let's hear from you. All I have to say is I love you guys because nobody's being fake in here. Everybody is talking about how they messed up this weekend or this previous week, whether it was $10, 15. But now I'm gonna let y'all know. Oh, me and you both with the chips. Oh, you know we are. Jill and I did some overtime together. That's when I met Jill. Jill is an enabler. Okay, let me tell y'all about Jill. Jill is an enabler. Jill would bring all the snacks that I like when we was doing our overtime. It was after work, like I guess it was 4 to 8. Jill bringing all that stuff. Debbie, you could, yeah, you know. You know, Jill would bring me them. She knew that I liked them popcorn. She knew I liked them chips. Jill is an enabler. She was my fix. Yep. She was my, pusher. She would bring them chips and we'd sit in there and I would give everybody their assignment. And then I would get over there and open my bag of chips and get to going. Yes, I'm telling you, you got to admit your stuff. See, I'm not one of those pretend people. My problem is I'm too straight up. And people take me the wrong way. But a spade. Listen, if I do it for me, I'm going to do it for you. It's sweets for me. Zingers and little Debbie. She talking about you. She talking about little Debbie's and oatmeal cookies. Girl, I used to love them little Debbie's. Oh, and what about the little things with the swirl, the pecan swirl thing? That was mine. And you put it in the microwave for about 10 seconds. Okay, see how we get off the subject. Y'all gonna be running in the kitchen getting something. And it's not even 11 o'clock yet. We're close to it though. Yeah. Oh, Joyce. Okay, Joyce said she can do it. Yes, my girl Joyce. Yes. Debbie said, "Oh yes." But that's the way it is. Now, nope, don't feel pressured if I call your name and you don't want to answer. That's fine, because this is a no judgment and it's participation only, freedom. Everybody has told me how they did prior to. Joyce, do you want to let us know if you were able to stick to your 45? Were you able to stick to your 45 this week? And most of us have gone over about $5 to about $32 over. And then my other girlfriend, she went way over. She was on another whole stratosphere. She had bought for the whole year with her spending. Yes, we do stray. And we get back. Stay away from sugar. Sugar is so not your friend. No, it's not. And not that salt in them chips is definitely not our friend either. Because on my father's side, high blood pressure is like really bad. Sometimes they have like 2 and 3 medicines to get it down. Okay. See. Let me tell you about people that come in the chat trying to flex. All I got to say is Joyce is talking about I saved $600. Okay, all of us are going like, Mm. We talking about spending and she talking about saving. Okay, let's get some hearts for Joyce for saving. Hearts for Joyce, hearts for Joyce. Yes, yes. $600. That is awesome. Yes, yes. That's awesome. We're gonna give a shout out to Joyce. She saved $600. That means she wasn't spending nothing. That is great job. Yes. The what is it? I'm Alpha Gigi chat. I own four. Oh, I have no idea. Okay, with your Lambos. Okay. And a camel. I have no idea what that means, but okay. Jesus love you. I hope you're successful career and making money. Oh yeah, we're all successful over here because we're working on our spending, making sure that we control our spending. Oh, yes, Joyce. Now get back to you. That is awesome. If I knew how to work this, I would send you some. I've been on those YouTubes where they send out all the stuff. I don't know how to do that now. But yes, that's what I mean. That's my girl, Jill. She knows what I want to do. There's a trophy for you. Gold star. Joyce, we're going to talk about the emergency fund and saving in a couple of weeks. So I really want you to get back on here so you can share some of your gems. So I'm not the only one that's giving input. That is excellent. $600 is excellent. Yay, Joyce. That is awesome. So that lets us know that Joyce didn't spend any money because she was too busy saving. Oh, that's excellent. That is what we call mwah. We needed that. We needed that. So the last thing that we're going to talk about, because I promised that I would give, we were supposed to just do 15 minutes, but we've been having a ball. Let me tell you, go back to your triggers. This week, I want you to spend time and I want you to write it. This is serious because this is going to change your life. What are you doing when the urge to spend comes upon you? What are you doing physically? Okay, at that moment, and where are you? The next thing is what's going on in your personal life during that time frame, maybe that day, maybe that week. There's something that's going on because sometimes we use these things as a distraction to not deal with what we really need to deal with. Okay, so we do that with food and alcohol, cigarettes, drugs, all of that kind of stuff. We displace because we try to avoid, you know, and deal with something else. Just like people that's always in everybody else's business, they got a bunch of shit going on in their life, but it's like let me keep an Adrian's business because then I don't have to deal with my own. Okay, we got that. And the next thing you need to do is after you identify those things, write down what is that trigger for you. What of those things like really trigger you to spend? Whether it be online, in the store. Some people just spend just because. I get a lot of people because I'm single and they have kids. They send me all this stuff, the popcorn, the Girl Scout cookies. And I pick and choose. What I try to do is buy from different people. But just because I'm single doesn't mean, and I don't need all that stuff. Let me tell you, that popcorn, that expensive popcorn, I bought 90 some dollars for that popcorn. Within 4 days, it was gone because it's good. And y'all know, chip, dip, salty type stuff. Girl, I'm up in this loft. I wish y'all could see. I'm going to show y'all. See this loft? This is my little area. This is me. This is what I do. Okay? And I'm sitting there with that big old TV and okay? That's me. Just want you to know. So when people send things to you, you feel compelled. It's okay to say, I'm not going to be able to do that this time. You have to be ready for the spill. But let me tell you, now that I have my coaching clients, you know what I tell them? You know what I tell them? I say, you have a financial advisor, and you tell them your financial advisor have you on a budget. You can't do that right now. When your family's trying to borrow money from you and all these different things, you have to have a spill, that 30-second elevator speech, get it down, write it down. That's the spill you're going to give yourself as to why you're not going to do what you're going to do. And also the spill you're going to give other people when they're trying to bring you in on something. When I was doing my debt-free thing, people would say, let's go do this, let's go do that. Well, I got tired of not being able to do stuff when COVID lifted. So you know what I did? I would eat and then I would take my little snacks and stuff because my girlfriend that she had me out all day. We leave at 7 o'clock in the morning. It'd be 12 o'clock on the way back home. But I would have my nuts and everything, and I would eat before I left, so I would be full by 12 o'clock. We want to eat, then that's fine because I can eat then. And then later on, I got some fruit, nuts, and my bottled water. So I'm not snacking and eating and spending money all willy nilly. Uh, okay, Orlando. I didn't. Oh, y'all so easy to distract and talk about this house. Get back to this eating out and being prepared. Thank you so much, Orlando. And but being able to have true friends that understand that. So I did that so much. They say, okay, what can we go? I said, let's go somewhere where they give you a lot of food and we can divide it. So you get like a plate. You know how they overfeed you at most of these places. And then someone get a side salad, and now you have two vegetables. Somebody have a side salad, and you got the meat and bread, and you've divided that. You're satisfied. You're not stuffed. Most of the time we're stuffed. And I do not order drinks out. Unless it's a cocktail, when it's cocktail hour type. But when water is the thing. And the reason why I say that is that's another $3 just for what? Now you can give these people a decent tip for those of you that don't like the tip, and then work somebody to death. But I digress. But these are I call those safe methods. You gotta have an answer to the question or the problem before it comes. Because when you do this impulse thing, you're going to be pierced with many sorrows. That's what the word says, pierced with many sorrows. So you go back and you go home at night and you're like, man, I shouldn't have done that. And sometimes you can reverse it. You notice that when you make a payment, they give you 30 minutes to reverse it when you transfer money and do things in the bank. At least they give you that. Wells Fargo don't, but the credit unions do. That Wells Fargo, don't even get me started. Don't get me started. But you got to find a way for your habits and your issues, okay? So this week we're going to work on writing down, and I want you to write it down. This is Coach Nurse Adrian, $ money lady. I want you to be true to yourself. I'm going to be your counselor this week. I'm going to be your coach this week. I'm going to be whatever you need. I'm giving you a big hug now. But we're going to get rid of this. We're going to get to the core. Write it down. What are you doing when you start spending? What are you thinking? What's going on in your life? Because you need to identify the trigger. And if you identify your spending trigger, those other addictions that we have can be identified. And half of the time, we just do stuff just to be doing it and giving no thought. Because if you give thought to it, it might represent or reproduce a better outcome. All right? You want to write down, oh, every time I pass by this store, I just feel like I have to go in there, see what's on sale. See, they get you with seeing what's on sale. And now you in there, you spent $50 and you went in there to spend $1.50. All right? Let me be honest with you guys. I will be saying my financial advisor lives on the coast. And I can't call her yet. Oh, I love it. Okay, East Coast Jill, that is so cute. East Coast Jill say, I can't confirm or deny that I can do this because my financial advisor is on the West Coast and she's not up yet, but I'll get back with you. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, Jill, I love it. I love it. So let me tell y'all, I added it up. I want y'all to know because I asked everybody to give theirs, and I'm gonna give you the price that I spent. So we all see I spent $27.20. $7.50 at the Dollar Tree, and it would have been more, but I talked to myself. And then there was a lady. I went to get some ice cream. You know how I do. It's not ice cream. It was that yogurt I like. Remember I did a video on TikTok about that yogurt. Anyway, I spent $5.81. And while I was sitting outside, because I started feeling better and I wanted to get out and get a little sun, I sat there and this little old lady went by and she was looking up at the restaurants, like trying to figure out what she was going to eat. And I said to myself, you need to do something about that. So I followed her in the store and I said, hey, how are you? And she was at the menu and she's like, I was like, what you gonna get today? And it was a Friday. It was so funny. She said, I'm gonna get. I want a burrito. Well, why don't you get a burrito? She says, uh, it's kind of expensive. I said, why don't you get something you really want today? No, because then I can't share it. I said, and then she talked about her grandkids and she moved from Arizona and how expensive it is in California. And I told her about my spiel about how I think everything's overpriced. But anyway, so she spent her money. And when she went to pull out her card, I said, oh, did you notice this? And I made her look away and I slid my card. And so she spent one ground beef original taco and ground beef enchilada combo plate was 11.25. It ended up being 12.60. So I was able to bless her. I gave her a quick hug and I went on by my way. But probably never see the lady again. But I made her day and she made my day for not, being all over the top. And then after I did that, I went down to Bel Air, which is a grocery store here, and spent $1.29 on some dirty mesquite chips. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Because I stayed within my limit. I'm way under $45. Yeah, yeah. And I was able to bless someone. So if I so incline myself to go out and spend a little bit more money, I have some. But it's Saturday and I have some things to do. I have to stay focused. But I was able to bless someone and play along. I call it this game with y'all because y'all know this is not what I want to be doing, but I love doing it. It makes me remember where I came from and it helps me to stay humble and focused. I love you guys. $25 and $45 a week allowance is what you're going to focus on next week. Staying in your lane. You're going to have your trigger warnings. You're going to write everything out while you do it. You should end up having 2 pages talking to yourself about, okay, I do this when I do this. Because at the end of that exercise, you're going to come up with how you're going to put your parameters, your barriers, your action plan for people asking you for money and for you overspending. That's what you're going to do. No judging. Thanks for sharing your details. Yes, we fall off the wagon, but we got to get back up. Now, what I don't like is when people say, oh, I done messed up, so they just go even crazier. Once you realize you messed up, you need to run home quickly and lock yourself in that house and don't get back out. All right? Knowing that you got 50 people, it's 50 of us, the people, they just don't get on, but they send me all their little texts about how they did this week. All I know is I'm proud of you guys, and you keep doing what you're doing. Jill, I love that. Y'all better take Jill's advice and tell them your financial advisor is not up yet on these, and you cannot confirm or deny if you can pay or buy whatever or give them whatever at this point in your life. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm going to be mindful of your time and I'm going to let you go. Because I miss y'all so much. And the reason why I have this Falcon stuff on is because in December, I'm coming out. I've got to go to tailgate. I've got to do something, but I miss that camaraderie. I miss it. So I've got to get there. And for you 49ers, I'm not there yet. I am not there yet. No, I haven't bought not one thing for 49ers. Not one. I do have a little hat, but I kind of wear that around the house because I get cold up here. For some reason, it's cold up here because I have this big opening. But anyway, yeah, that's where I am. That's just where I am. Yes, I miss you guys too. All I have to say is the East Coast is represented. I don't know. Money T. Money T is definitely a supporter. Always have. Orlando. Can you tell me where you from, Orlando? Or what's coast? Oh, Lavore is in the house. Oh my God, Lavore, I'm loving you so much. I don't know how to run this. I was too busy talking. Oh, my love, Lavore. Oh, I'm so excited. You guys have made my morning. You ain't gonna be able to tell me. Yeah, see, I'm working on my because you can't do all that on yeah. So I'm feeling like I'm in timeout with my expletives, but I feel like I'm the SHIT today. All my peoples are out. Come on, Orlando. You did all that talking. Tell me where you from. Are you East Coast or West Coast? Oh, and who is this alpha with the Lamborghinis and the camel? I own 4 Lambos and a camel. Oh, okay. All right. But anyway, I just wanted to know, let's see, there is someone here named Brandon. Jesus love you, successful. Brandon, where are you from? And I just think the word of you guys. Okay, we didn't hear from them. They might be gone. But I also learned last week that there's some people, yeah, the thumbs up too. We got a ninth person on here. That people can see me. They don't want to be on live. Hey, pink and blue. I don't know who you are, but tell me if you want me to know if that's your name. But we're going recapping. I was at 27.10, I believe, for the week. A couple of people went over $5. Some people went over 30. Some people went over and fell off the wagon and needed a boat to come get them. Okay. But at the end of the day, we love each other, and we're gonna work to encourage each other. Next week, the homework is to continue your 25 or your 45, but to write down your triggers. What gets you off path? What are you thinking? What are you doing? What's going on in your life at the time that you feel like you need to do some extra spending? Write it down and then have a whole dialogue and writing down your action plan. How you gonna flee? I was telling them about, I just get in the store, the buggy's full, I throw the buddy and I run out the door. Like, you gotta get away from the situation. If you online shopping, get all of those tabs and those apps off your phones and off your computer. Close everything out because you know they will remind you. Clear your cache. I sound so professional. Clear your cache. That's all I know about this stuff. And also do your memory, get rid of stuff and start over, reset, so you won't be tempted. You won't be tempted. Pink and blue, tell me who you are. You East Coast or West Coast? That's what we were fighting about. And that's why I have my Falcon gear on, because I miss the East Coast. I just want to go to a game. I just want to be among the people with the foolishness. I love it, the noise and the food and sitting up under the tent watching the game and going inside and leaving at halftime. I love that. I love that. I love it. I need me a fix. Georgia, Georgia. I miss you guys. I had a peach yesterday and I was on the phone with somebody. I said, these peaches are not good. This is not Georgia. And I caught myself. I said, you miss home so much that you talking about peaches to the man on the help desk at your job. Now, all these people that work and where I work, they know, oh, I'm just going off about this peach while they're trying to get me online. Yes, I was going. And then he started talking about he's from New York, from Chicago, and ain't no pizza. He can't get Chicago pizza nowhere. And we just laughed and laughed. He's talking about pizza, and I'm talking about my peach. But I'm telling you, I gotta come. December, I'm there. So make sure you remember to go back and if you don't do this now, every week you're gonna fumble. See? Fumble. I'm getting some terms. That's all I know. Fumble and touchdown. That's all I know. You're gonna fumble the ball and you're gonna go over your limit. Let's get to the core of it. Let's deal with it. Next week, I'm expecting you to give me a praise report that yes, I did it. I figured out my issues. I have an action plan, a plan of escape, and a plan before it even happens. You got to have your 30-second spiel about why you're not going to go in that store, why you're not going to spend. You're going to say out loud, do I need this? What am I going to do with this? How is it going to affect you? How is it going to add to your life, whatever that item is? And do you have enough money to buy it? Is that in your budget? Is that something that you need? What's going to happen if you spend that money? Georgia Power going to still need to be paid. Jefferson Electric, the water, the lights. Something is going to go missing when you misappropriate funds. This is all about spending and getting ourselves in one and not letting the money control us. We control the money. We're not going to be slaves and in debt and indentured servants to this. We're going to live this fun, exciting, exuberant life. Now, I'm going to say this. I'm going to challenge you. Now, don't shade me because what y'all doing, I did it for 16 months. I made a decision. I don't know what I come with, but I made a decision. January 1, I'm saving $150 per pay period. Guess what? The Super Bowl is going to be in California in 2016. That gives me enough time to save my money. And I've always wanted to go to the Super Bowl. And if I have done my debt-free thing and living good like I've been living, I deserve to do it. Now, this time I can say I have a fully funded emergency fund, 6 months saved, okay? I have a 1,500 saving emergency so that I can touch, okay? I even have extra money for the rental that I have to, you have a note on. I've done everything. And I still save $480 away from having my $50,000 goal by December. And I should have it maybe by next month because I'm planning some trips and I got to pay off those things. But everything that I'm telling you, I want you to be here. I got 4 trips scheduled for next year. They'll be fully paid. Okay, I just take a little bit of money and put it to the side, and pay on it, just like a layaway plan. But if you want to join me at the Super Bowl, I don't even know what number it is. I don't even care. And you know, I don't even know much about football, but I'm just going to be up there when everybody jump up and be like, yay! That's what I do anyway. I just like the crowd and the camaraderie. And I want to go to the U.S. Open because I want to see Coco. These are my bucket list, and I got to stop being so tight and spend some of this money. So I am, and that's my goal. So you see how I'm already planning what I'm doing with my money. So come December, I'm going to have that little allotment, send it over to an account that I cannot get to. All right? I want to let y'all know I love you. I love you. I love you. You have goals and you have dreams, but let's start with this spending so you can do the things that you desire. Debt free is the end game. The next goal is emergency fund, emergency fund, emergency fund. We want at least $200 in your emergency fund as soon as you can. And then the next thing will be $400, and the next thing will be $600, then $800, and $1,000, and you will be where you need to be. I love y'all. I'm so addicted to y'all because I miss y'all so much. It's like I can see y'all face. I can touch you and feel you and love you so much. Listen, you're not by yourself. And when you fall down, get back up and know that we're here for you. And you can tell us all about it next week. But write it down. By a month, you're gonna have this. You're gonna be like a train. Like, keep going, keep going, keep going, because you know that at the end, success is what you want to have. I love you guys. I'm going to sign off. I love you. I love you. I love you. Have a wonderful day. And don't forget, I got 1,000. I got 1,200 now on TikTok. And I only have 161 on YouTube. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to come up with another plan. But anyway, give me some subscribers. If you want to show me love, send me people that you know that need to hear this, that want to change their financial situation. That is the love that you can extend to me. You can bring, each of you bring me 10 people. We got 7 people on here. Each of you bring me 10 people. Oh, guess what? That's 70 folks. I will almost be at 300. Okay, so let's do this. Because in order for me to really do something great on YouTube, I really need 1,000. Okay, but it's not about that. It's about loving you guys and doing what my destiny is, and that's to empower you to be the best you can be financially, personally, emotionally, psychologically, and physically. And get out and walk this week. Get out, miss 1 or 2 meals during the week and walk and drink water. And when I say miss them, that means you're going to let your belly do a bowel rest. That's what we call it, bowel rest. Do you some intermittent fasting. Do some things, because once you get your food right, your mind gets right, and you start having control of yourself. The use of self-control is like brakes on a train. It is useful when you find yourself going in the wrong direction. Somebody need to look that up, because it is. I looked it up when my teacher gave it to us in the 5th grade. I looked it up now. And it is a real person that, quote, get under control. I love you. Y'all just hang up, because y'all know I won't hang up. Hang up. I miss you all. And this is the best Saturday. We had LaVoy on here. Let me tell y'all, it don't get no better than that. LaVoy was in the house. Okay, bye-bye. I'm going to just hit the button, because if I don't, I'm just going to stay on here. Love y'all.